Yes, that's my beaver. Why do you ask?
I think I show pal Brian. It's 14th maybe? Let's see what Mr. Radio says. Yeah, no, 13. Wednesday the 13th. I had a banner day yesterday out at the club, and frankly that's probably going to be my last banner day because I'm going to start loading stuff into the truck. It's going to be raining Monday. I could go out there Tuesday, I think. So I'd like to go out there one last time, but I've kind of prepped the guys that I may or may not be out there one last time. I don't think I've been there a dozen times since I've been home. It just how it is. Heidi ho, while I'm thinking about it, my old pal Engelburn from Australia, I have been remiss. Heidi ho, and I hope you and yours are doing well. Make sure we got controls here.
12.6 volts.
Okay, cool.
Stabilization on.
He, one of my favorites from back in the day, he would remark that when we first started talking back and forth, I wasn't the most pleasant
Throttle active reflex.
to him. Oh no. Well, I can go in reverse here.
That was the right switch. Throttle disabled.
No.
Throttle
that's
active.
fine. But I kind of had to figure him out. Come on, man. That was RC Universe like 11 years ago.
That was the right switch. Throttle disabled.
Later on, I'd figure you out.
12.5 volts.
No wind
Throttle
today.
active reflex.
And I thought I'd go ahead and mix it up a bit and take the old beaver. Oh man, I don't know what's going on there. Hopefully I didn't get anything wet. Make sure I got control surfaces like I think I do. Yeah, I do.
Flaps half. Flaps half. 11.5 volts. Flaps half. Flaps up.
Now this is the plane that they're offering, or did offer here recently, for like 179 bucks, and it hurt me. Like, man, I love this thing so much, and it's only 179 bucks, but I'm leaving, and I kind of have everything I need here. Honestly, doing just fine. But it's nice to know if I drill it, I can get one, you know, for 179 bucks.
11.4 volts.
I have like an extra motor for this. I have extra parts aplenty. Right now I'm just trying to clear off the camera because I know I got the camera wet. I'm reminding myself that this thing will tip stall in a heartbeat. Yeah, it was funny because I was put off. Somebody said I tip stalled this here a while back, and I'm like, oh man, you don't know. Yeah, turns out I probably tip stalled it. Same thing with my Tundra. You, and by you I mean me.
11.6 volts.
One just gets used to flying a certain way, and holy crap, you know, the next thing you know, you tip stall the damn thing. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Christ. Yeah, my elevator is so sensitive, and I've put like a ton of expo in it, and I think I had the mixes wrong. hopefully the prop dried off my camera.
11.4 volts.
Beaver. That would be cool if it did. Where to begin? Not a whole lot of blather, really, frankly, except for, if you'll recall that I discussed Beaver having Damien Omen 2 over at the house. Well, he had complained about throwing up Sunday morning, and we're like, well, you know, he got a lot of sun the day before, and that's probably what happened, and he's frankly not used to having as much exercise as he did. Beaver. And
11.3 volts.
he'd be just fine. You could tell he had sun on his cheeks. You know, and your body temperature rises, sometimes it makes you ill. So the next day, wifey gets an inquiry from Damien's mom, and she says, hey, he's still tossing and he's got a low-grade fever. And she goes, well, watch him, quit feeding him. It needs to be what they call MPO, no food for a while, just liquids. Brat, if you're going to do anything after about 12 hours, bread, rice, whatever. So sure enough, he kept getting, and she said, you know, if he stays ill after that, go ahead and, you know, take him to the doc. And she did, and sure enough, COVID. So not only did we introduce into my house just the specter of somebody, you know, who's an ill-behaved maniac, but we also introduced into my house the potential for COVID. It's 2 to 7 days, but I'm here to tell you, all you anti-vaxxers out there, I get every shot and then some.
11 volts.
If they call me up and they go, hey, listen, we got a recreational shot for you to get. We don't know if it does anything. It's just a shot. I stand in line to get it. I have comorbidities out the yin yang, and the thought of accidentally dying because I thought it was a good idea to take some type of dog medicine for worms instead of knowing that by and large the scientists know what they're doing. Nah, that's not happening. So I beg to differ. And we'll see here in a couple of days, because I lived in close quarters with somebody that had screaming COVID, and we'll see if I get it. And here's a fun fact: I never got it. I haven't had it yet. Now that I know of course, they say there's people that are asymptomatic, but so we're Wednesday and have not got it, and I'm thinking we probably won't. So that's the big news there. You know, I'm 13 days from leaving to go to Europe for a trip of a lifetime, and I got poisoned. Holy crap. Yeah, I gotta figure out why my elevator is so unbelievably sensitive. So there is that.
11 volts.
That was the new news, and I'm so pleased to tell you that I haven't had symptoms yet. But, you know, never say never, right? All right, it takes a minute to get this thing back, because I'm going to land it not toward me, which on occasion I do. I'll land it away from me because I don't fly it enough, even though I got like landing 1,000 flights on it. Yeah, I'll take it. That was not pretty, but I'll take it. Really nice time at the club. The guys are great. I re-met an attorney buddy out there,
11.1 volts.
buddy flyer, and we know some of the same people, and it was kind of neat. Never met the guy, Cliff, and he suffering like one other, well, my neighbor who's about 250 feet behind me. The guy's wanting to travel, and
Oh yeah.
wife wife is not interested in doing anything. And we hate that for him, you know, I mean, just hate it for him.
Throttle active. Reflex.
All right, back for one more flight on another aircraft. I'm back. I enjoy knocking out these morning flies.
16.6 volts.
Stuff I gotta do today is minor. I'm gonna, frankly, taking yesterday off, just combobulated my tiny little mind because I kind of had ideas on what I was gonna do to start kind of doing a load in into the rig and other things, and I have it slated out in my mind. I keep in mind, I use a voluminous do list, but I also like being able to frame out in my mind what I want to do when I want to do it, which is actually kind of not the same as having a do list. The do lists aren't sequential.
Throttle active.
Taking off. Always reminding me that I need to seriously consider the virtues of using
14.5 volts.
using flaps.
RSSI low.
It's so weird. I don't fly these planes enough to be consistent with them. So what's weird about it is that I've got thousands,
15
not thousands, but probably 1,500 flights on both this plane and the Beaver. And I fly so inconsistently these days. It's as if I've never flown them before. Which isn't true, but I tend to feel that way. Yeah, I tip stalled this one and broke the damn floats off of it.
15.1 volts.
Luckily, internet pal sold me what I needed for like $35, so you gotta love that. Shipped. Gotta do a different turn so as to not annoy Ox. Ox called me yesterday and asked me a rig question, and we talked about brakes and things like that. And
15.2 volts.
my brakes are a little different from his. Mine are electric, but they're not electromagnetic. Mine are posh, electro-hydraulic. But I'd had rigs before and I knew what I wanted, and since I'm a hardhead, don't buy used, I checked the box for the high dollar. Pimby
15.1 volts.
for the high dollar hydraulics. But I've had the old ones before, and we talked about it. I had a brake grabbing, and I told him some of the things it could be, and he thinks it's a bearing, which it could very well be, but I don't know. It's funny because the rigs, they run the electric lines to the brakes. Well, they don't use
14.6 volts.
high dollar house current. They use other stuff, and like wire nuts and old speaker wire from Radio Shack. It's terrible. So I says, yeah, man, get up under there and inspect that thing first before you start doing any surgery. But while you're there, go ahead and look at your bearings and your, sometimes most of these have self-adjusters on them.
8 volts.
But as such, you need to consider the virtues of manually adjusting them as well. And they make a special tool called the star wrench. Tundi, can't even see Tundi got some funny looking shoes.
volts.
Tundra. Fun talking with In the Tube Deep offline. He is kind enough to appreciate my piffle as well, and
14.5 volts.
says I'm spot on when it comes to kids. That's the truth. Their whole mission is to shake you down and get what they want, and if you don't apply boundaries to them, it's all bad.
.3 volts.
You can't hate them for it, you know. Ellie's mission, my dog, is to separate me from the dog biscuits. And she comes and loves on me for them dog biscuits. That's her job.
14.7 volts.
So my job is to not give her too many dog biscuits and to place boundaries on her. She sits in front of that dog bowl in the morning for breakfast, pretty as can be, knowing that she is not allowed to eat until there's a command. And I'm not telling you, even for a second, that a child should be treated like a robot. But sure enough,
14.2 volts.
they need boundaries, and they want it. That right eye is not jumping up and down great these days. All right, kids. What do you say? We consider the virtues of
14.3 volts.
landing. I'll take it. Oh, nice. She's spinning around for me.
14.8 volts.
What a doll. You see my nasty handprints on her already. She needs to be cleaned off. Alright, that's enough of my BS today. See ya.